Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Well, Mark Brower has come out with the ATS fuel tanker skin tool. We'll call it a tool. It is a mod. What you want to do is open that up with your WinRAR, go into the skin folder, and you'll see 3 files. These are your templates. Highlight those, right click, and say extract to specific folder. Then you'll see that you've created a whole new folder right there with all your templates in it. And next, what you'll want to do is right click on your whichever tanker you're going to use. I'm going to use the 53 footer. And I'm going to open it with paint.net. And as usual, you can use GIMP or, whatever you're familiar with. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to add a layer, put it on top of the template. Then I'm going to grab my graphic. And this one's going to be hauling rocket fuel for SpaceX rockets, apparently. So what we're going to do is we're going to select part of this because I don't want to use the whole rocket. It's not like I'm going to make the tanker look like a moving rocket. Okay, I don't know if that's even possible. Anyway, we're going to select that and we're going to paste it. And then we're going to conform it to the side of the tanker. Now, bear in mind that this tanker is full chrome. So you can do just a simple banner or whatever. You can see some of Mark's examples in the decal section when you're working with the trailer in ATS. This works on the standard SCS tanker. Since the tanker's chrome, this is a decal layer that's in your skins. That's what this mod deals with. It places the decal nodes, and as you'll see here shortly, it also places other nodes that Mark has added some cool features to the SCS trailer through use of this mod. So this mod is not a trailer. Bear that in mind. This works with the SCS trailer. So we're going to place those. And I'm not entirely sure off the top of my head what's front and what's back. I do know at the bottom that the one on the right is the rear. The one on the left is the front of the tanker. So we're just going to have to kind of play this by ear. Here I'm just using the elliptical select tool. I've found this image online. It's of the SpaceX, sort of the dealio that comes, I guess it's where two pieces of the rocket go together or something. I don't know. Anyway, I wanted this on the front of the tanker to represent that particular part of the rocket. And this is supposed to be just a paint or a decal of the rocket itself. It's not supposed to be the rocket. So bear that in mind. I'm not going to have engines sticking out the back and all that junk. This is meant to be the front of the trailer. So we're going to put it on the left. And I put it on a I added a separate layer so I could put these on their own layer by themselves. And it's sort of an elliptical shape. It's not really a round like it's supposed to be, so no big deal. We're just gonna fit it to conform inside of the template lines. And then once we're happy with the placement on that, and I'll show you what to do with those sort of brackets up there in a minute. We're going to go find the one I want to use that represents the rocket engines, even though it's going to be a flat surface or a convex surface on the back of that tanker. Same deal here. I'm just going to use the elliptical tool and cut out the portion that I want. And it doesn't have to be an exact science. I'm just doing an example here. I thought this might look kind of cool. It's not your traditional fuel tanker you'd see going down the road, so that's what I'm about. Non-traditional. So we'll cut that out. We'll edit, copy, edit, select all, edit, copy. If I'm going too fast for you, you can go to some of my other paint tutorials, like working with layers. I'll put a card in the top so you can know what I'm talking about. You can follow those tutorials. They're a little more in depth as far as creating skins. This is mainly just to show you how to work with this particular mod. So I'm just buzzing through this pretty quick. This is going to be the back. So on the right is the back. And I'm pretty sure the rocket fuselage is going to be backwards, because I think off the top of my head the right hand side of that tank up there is actually the rear, but we'll see. If it's backwards, we'll change it, right? Sounds good. So next, what we're going to look at is we're going to add another layer. What we want to do is we want to drag it down so it's underneath our other graphics, but on top of the template. So we're going to be managing these brackets that essentially connect the tank to the trailer frame, I'm guessing. And what we're going to do is just use being on that layer, we're going to just, you know, grab it all inside of a frame there, and then we're just going to flood fill it white, so our brackets will come out white. And then what we want to do is we've got these little, I want to call them hitch points. You'll see them on the trailer once we're in the in the game, but we're going to frame those. And what I'm going to do is go back to my graphics layer, and I'm going to take the eyedropper and get that blue color that's in the letters, and in the letters SpaceX. So there's that blue color. We flood fill those, and then you'll see them on the underside of the tank. It looks pretty cool when you color those differently. Anyway, what we're going to do now is I'm just deselecting what I've got selected. Just going to save this. I'm going to turn off the layer for the template, so the truck template's not there anymore. Then we're going to save it as, and I'm going to save it as a paint.net in case I need to come back and change something later. And then once that's saved, what we're going to do is we're going to save it again, but we're going to save it as a DDS. So we save that as a direct draw DDS file, and we're not worried about the name right now. We flatten it. Now what we want to do is we want to go back to our mod, and we're going to open it up because I want to see what the naming convention is. So we're going to open that with WinRAR again. That's the SCS file. We're going to open the skins folder, and then I want to open the 53 footer, and I'm going to look at what the name is. So I want to replace skin _ 4. So what I'm going to do, close that. We'll go to our DDS that we just created, and let's right click it, go to properties, and make sure that's in fact the DDS, and it is. So we'll take that and we'll rename it. We're going to rename that to skin _ 4. That'll keep it a DDS, but it'll allow us to change the name. Now it's going to match the name that's currently in this mod. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go to American Truck Simulator, go to mod folder, and then we're going to go to our ATS Fuel tanker mod that Mark Brower created. We're going to right click it. We're going to open it with WinRAR. Once we have it open, we're going to go to the skin folder again. Now this is our working mod. We're keeping our other one as a backup. We're going to go in here to skins, and we're going to highlight skin _ 4 and hit the delete key on your keyboard. Verify that you want to delete that, and away it goes. Now you right click in the gray area on the left, say add files to archive. You want to go to our skin we just created, the DDS file, and I have to find it here. Alright, we'll find it, don't worry. It all is not lost yet. Sometimes it's hard for me to see that little lettering, but we'll find it. There we go. Okay, there's our DDS. We've renamed it to skin _ 4. We add that to the archive, hit OK, and you'll see it goes back in there. You know, you see that has a matching file. That's why we had to rename it, because it's got to be associated with that other file, otherwise it won't work. So let's start up American Truck Simulator. Through the magic of video editing, we can speed that process up. And we're going to go to trailer, purchase trailer, open the ATS standard fuel. Now you'll see that any of the modifications associated with Mark's mod are going to have his graphic. Now you go to your decal, because you're not messing with paint. You go to the decals, and then there's some of the ones that Mark has created, and those are decals over the chrome tank. And there's our SpaceX, and yep, it's backwards, wouldn't you know it. I kind of had that feeling when I was making it, but I said, well, we'll test it and see. But I guess we can see I got it backwards. The orientation's wrong. So we'll do a quick fix. We're just going to go to our DDS file, make it real fast here. I'm not even going to use the paint file. I'm just going to use the DDS, and we're just going to highlight that area, and we're going to hit the little scissors up at the top that cuts it. This is a pretty simple fix here. We cut it, and now we hit edit paste. It's going to put it right back in the same exact spot. Then I'm just going to use the rotate tool, and we're just going to rotate that 180 degrees so it's completely flipped around the other way. And I'm just eyeballing it, so I hope it's right, and it looks right. And we'll just repeat the process for the other side. It's going to stay in the same path that we cut it out of, so we don't really have any worries of it creeping around unless we have the rotation off. But I'm eyeballing it pretty good there, I think. We'll repeat that for the other side. So just remember that for future reference. The right hand side of the tank body is the rear, same as down below. The one on the left is the front, one on the right is the rear. So the right hand side of the body is the rear. We'll cut that and then paste it in and then rotate it around. This, like I said, this is just a quick fix. No muss, no fuss. Let's get it straight. There we go. And we'll just save this and overwrite our other previous DDS. And there we go. Make sure we got it saved properly. And there we go. Now we'll open up that folder again. American Truck Simulator mod. Go back to the mod. Right click it. Open with WinRAR. Open the skins. We'll go to 53. Skin number 4, _4. We'll delete it again. And then we'll just re-add it again, just like we did before. Because now we have the correct skin. It'll be the orientation is right. So, and I may tweak that skin in the future, but I thought that looked pretty cool. Have that SpaceX rocket thing. I might do the whole rocket and just shrink it up and make it like a line down the middle of the tank or something. But this is what we got for now. And there we go. That's all we got to worry about. Now we can open our American Truck Simulator again, and then we'll, once we get back in there, we'll go back to the purchase a trailer, and then we'll go to SCS Fuel configuration. We make sure we've got 53 footer, the one that's marked with Mark's label. That's the one we want. Then we go to accessories, click on the decal. That's where we select our decal to put in there. And there's our SpaceX, and the orientation is now correct. So the back end, where the black part is, that's where the engine should be. So now it's correct, and you can see up underneath there where the mounts for the tank are located on each side. You can see where that blue tint is, and that's that area that we marked off and then colored the same color as the lettering. Looks pretty cool. Anyway, there's accessories in here that SCS didn't come out with, but Mark added. So you got chrome fenders, you know, a few things like that. There's something SCS comes out with. It's got the chrome box. We're going to put that on there. We're going to put some chrome wheels on, of course. But there's a few things Mark added to this. On the back, you've got your choice of, I think, like aluminum or galvanized steel ladder, a black or colored ladder, and chrome ladder. So Mark added that. And anything you see on these pins that has his Mark's Mod Studio label, that's something that he added to enhance the SCS trailer. We're just going to put a hose box on each side. We're going to put the exclusive, not going to worry about mud flaps. We're going to do the exclusive lights. And then here's what Mark added right here is the rear ladder. Pretty cool. Going to go with the chrome. Going to add another hose box. Mark added a box over here, and then there's a chrome box. And this is the first version of this, so there'll be some corrections and some other things come out later, probably some more additions to it. But this is an easy way to be able to customize your SCS Fuel trailer and put your own decals on whatever you want it to say. I'm going to put this in my Schulenburg ranch yard so we can load it up and show it to you. Howdy, Nerdy Pappy here. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And while you're here, heck, check out the rest of my channel for more fun and informative videos.